Hi guys, James from Mentor Motorsport here, and you join me for another video today where I'm going to take you through the draft 2021 calendar. Now, I've managed to merge the two calendars of Classic Sports Car Club and Trackday Trophy, which totaled 20 races, and I've managed to trim that down to 10 potential race weekends next year. So I'm going to take you through where I'm planning on racing and when, and yeah, what to look forward to next year. Now, before we do that, I do just want to call out the fact that I am partaking in Movember. This is not a bold fashion statement that you can expect me to carry off past the 30th of November. I'm actually trying to raise a little bit of money for some good causes: men's mental health, suicide prevention, all the causes that Movember supports. And yeah, I'm trying to raise, I think my target is about £100. Over halfway there, so if you want to donate just a couple of pounds to my Movember appeal, there's a link in the description of this video. Anyway, let's have a look at this calendar. So this is a merger of the two calendars. There's 20 race weekends here, and you can see in column B there's a mix between CSCC and Trackday Trophy, which is who I finished the season off with at Brands Hatch a few weeks ago. Now, I've already chopped out a fair few of these races. These are the definite no's. So it's easy. Get rid of the ones you definitely don't want to do. There's various reasons why not. But once you chop those out, I mean, one of them is Knockhill and Anglesey, which is North Wales and Edinburgh. So I just don't fancy driving that far from Essex. So if we chop out the no's, then we get down to these 10 race weekends. So let's take you through it. So we start off at the end of March, CSCC, Snetterton 300. Now that's been the opening race weekend for the last 2 years for me, so it makes sense. It's actually my home race now, living less than an hour away. So Brands Hatch is actually further from my house than Snetterton. So we're going to start at Snetterton. Only a few weeks later, in fact, 2 weeks later, we're going to kick off the Trackday Trophy season at Donington National. Now, again, this is a track that I really enjoy. Need to start nailing the Craner curves, actually keep my foot in, and hopefully going back there on my third visit, I'll be able to make a bit more progress than I have in the last two visits. Next one is Brands Hatch GP for Trackday Trophy. Now, the date is TBC. I'm predicting it's going to be on that first weekend in May, potentially the bank holiday, so it could be the Monday or it could be any of the 2 days before. But this event is going to slot into that early part of May, so there should be, I would guess, between 3 and 4 weeks between Donington and then going on to the Brands Hatch GP circuit. Now, I have never driven myself around the GP circuit. I've been in plenty of Lotus Elises and a Noble on a track day many years ago. But it's a legendary circuit. It's so fast and impressive out the back of Brands Hatch that I'm really gagging to race around it. So whatever date that one is, I want to make sure I'm racing on that one. So it's a definite, even though the date is TBC. And then my fourth race will be another Trackday Trophy. So I'm going to make a real kind of impression on that series by getting 3 rounds in early in the season. And it's around the Silverstone National Circuit, which I've got plenty of experience on. This is where I used to first track day my Lotus Exige many years ago. And it's actually where my first race weekend ever was back in 2018 when I got that class win, which was on TV. So check out the other videos on my channel. I put that down as a maybe. It all depends basically when Brands Hatch GP is. I mean, at the moment, I'm guessing there's going to be a 2 week gap. If it's a 1 week gap, then that throws Silverstone National in the air a little bit, but we'll try to get there. Then we've got 12th of June, Cadwell Park. So we're back out with the Classic Sports Car Club again. Cadwell Park is a circuit that has evaded me for my first 3 years, but I have been there a couple of times to support Dad in his Ginetta days. and it's just a stunning circuit. Everyone says you've got to race there. The car is very well suited for that circuit. I think it had some outright wins against some pretty quick cars back in its previous owner's hands. So it's proven around that circuit. So it'll be down to the driver. I really look forward to racing there. So I do want to do Cadwell Park. But then only 2 weeks later, we move on to Spa-Francorchamps. Now, Dad and I raced there in 2019, and we actually put ourselves down to race there again in 2020. But of course, COVID scuppered that weekend. So I just want to tick that one off again as soon as we possibly can. So yeah, I want to get my entry in early for that one and go racing at Spa. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? Then there'll be a month's gap, and we move on to Thruxton, a circuit I've absolutely loved these last 2 years. To race there at the end of July when it should be nice and warm, it's just an absolute thrill. It's just so quick at Thruxton. I really hope the car is ready to race for that one after Spa. Then mid-August, we're going to race around the Silverstone GP circuit with Trackday Trophy. Now, I've done the Trackday around the Silverstone GP circuit. That was in the Lotus at the start of 2020, and I just absolutely had a blast in that car. And it's so good to be on another Grand Prix circuit like Spa. Long lap, but loads of different types of corners, lots of fast corners to really throw the car around. So yeah, that's another definite for me. 2 weeks later, on my birthday weekend, back out with Classic Sports Car Club around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. That is technically my second home circuit. And yeah, probably raced there the most now. I think I've raced there 4 times in 3 years. So got lots of experience around that little twisty thing. And yeah, it's just a nice one to get lots of people to come along to, hopefully nice and local. And then we're going to actually repeat a few races. So then it moves on to, there's over a month's gap. We go back out with Trackday Trophy at Snetterton 300. So it'd be good to see how that goes compared to the start of the season. Interesting to know which round is going to be warmest. Is it going to be late March or early October? I guess it'll be quite similar. So hopefully my experience with racing with the car there twice in 1 year should mean I go quite well at Snetterton. Then there's 2 rounds at the end of the month. Now they're only a week apart, so I've put maybe on both, but it's hopefully definitely one of them. I just don't know which one I fancy at the moment. Both will be repeats, so I can go back out on the Silverstone GP with Classic Sports Car Club on the 24th of October, or a week later I can go back around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit on the 30th of October with Trackday Trophy. So yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to do both. We'll have to see how time and money and everything else that factors into it is getting on. But yeah, it's another 2 races or another race that I would have already done that season. So yeah, there's 2 ways of looking at that. You can look at that as, isn't that a bit repetitive, racing on the same circuit twice in a year? Or you can look at it as you can actually build up some momentum and some experience in the same season to actually kind of push on and maybe get a better result than if you hadn't raced there for over 12 months. So that's where we're looking at the moment. I want to continue racing in the Tin Tops series with Classic Sports Car Club, probably solo, and the same for Trackday Trophy. Hopefully we can tempt the captain, my dad, to renew his race license and get him out in open series at the Classic Sports Car Club races. And of course, sharing the drive with me at Spa-Francorchamps will be the ideal scenario. So yeah, we'll see how that situation goes. But yeah, this is what I'm aiming to do next year. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'll be racing at any of those events or whether you'll be coming to spectate. And yeah, I will keep you posted with how things are going over the winter, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.